Mirasee.
G'day, I'm Liam Austin and you're listening to Making It. I run a business called Entrepreneurs HQ. We essentially help our clients make it for themselves by running virtual events that sell their courses and programs. I remember I used to play soccer growing up as a kid, and in my adult years, I still love watching soccer on TV. I'm a big fan. It's where I spend a lot of my leisure time. One of my coaches back then, and I used to have coaches for sport, now I have coaches for business and life, but back then it was for soccer, and one of my coaches told me, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And it's a famous saying from a baseballer in the US. I think that just rings true. If you don't try, you'll never know. You never know the opportunities that you're giving up. That's just going to pass you by without you even knowing. So every shot, every chance you get, take it, say yes, because that's going to take you on a journey to making it for yourself and finding what actually making it means to you. When you share your experience, your knowledge, and everyone's got something to teach in the world, there's always something that you know more than someone else. And to teach that is a gift. To be able to teach that and share and transform someone else's life in the process of transforming your own is a really special feeling. And I think, when it comes to making it, you can only make it if you've overcome some obstacles. Otherwise, how do you actually know that you've made the destination? The destination, there's a journey there. And maybe some people say, the destination is the journey. And absolutely. I think when you think about, well, have I made it? I feel like I'm making it. I'm constantly learning. I'm still on a journey of discovery. And I think I will be until, the day I pass away. I'll be consistently learning and growing and moving forward. So just don't let things hold you back. I was working really as an entry-level job, doing some customer service, got promoted to look after relationships with affiliates and our white label partners, where we were powering the technology for Microsoft platforms with their MSN network and their audience there, Yahoo and a few others. So from that, I was just seeing the connections, the real connections, and the impact that the online relationships that were being built there were creating offline, where people were, maybe getting connected online, but they were meeting up in real life, and many of them ended up getting married and meeting their soulmates. And I could see with that interaction, how much of an impact and real world impact that the online business or just the internet could really produce for people. And just being invited to weddings, big life events of people purely because we provided a platform for people to meet. I fell in love with the internet. In the Soulmates Technology was that name of that business. They ended up selling to Match.com. So really successful business that I was able to be a part of. And I just saw that journey and wanted to try to replicate that for myself. Sarah and I, we actually met not online. Well, actually, maybe it was because she moved into the house that I lived in. She rented one of the rooms and we got to know each other. Really, we lived together right from the get-go. So we got to know some of our characteristics and our movements and how we kind of interacted and how we would potentially live together, because we were living together in a sense. So that gravitated into, let's start a business together so we can move around the world and keep living together in different places. But we've had to create some rules just to make sure that we are separating life and business, so that we are, life partners, but we're business partners. And they're two separate things. And that's really important. And for us early on, the easiest way to do that was to have a separate location to go to for work. So for us, we rented an office space and we went to an office and we worked from there. We then even transitioned to going to separate offices and just doing virtual meetings online together, but also meeting up at the end of the day, and then we were life partners rather than business partners. So I think just keeping clear the rules and the difference between work and life, and making sure that balance is what you've agreed upon, and talking through exactly what you feel is the appropriate weighting of business and life, so that you understand your partner understands you, and you can create the life and business that you both want and dream. I love the adoption of what's happening now with virtual events and just the online space. I'm glad that it's been accelerated by the circumstance of COVID and everything else. But yeah, the power of connecting people online, I saw back in the year 2000, and it is still a really powerful platform, the online world, to meet people. And now we're talking about these metaverses, these virtual worlds, and how Web 3.0 is going to take us to a completely new level of online connection, which I'm excited to see what comes from that. From my experience, I've seen that what's holding a lot of people back from making it is that there's feeling of self-doubt, of imposter syndrome, of whether they're good enough. And I certainly felt that myself on my journey when I was bringing in other experts on stage. I didn't feel like I was necessarily the expert. I was bringing together others. And it was only 3 years later that I decided, okay, yes, this is a path I'm going to go down, of hearing my audience tell me for months, even years, like, we want to learn this stuff from you. Can you teach us? And it took a bit of effort and work to decide, okay, yes, I'm going to step up on stage and be the expert and teach my experience, my knowledge to everyone. And it was the most life transforming thing that I did. How often do you sit down if you're working in a 9-to-5 role, and do you have that freedom that you deserve, that you desire, that you really want in your life? And when I asked myself that question years ago, I didn't. And I knew there was more. I wanted more for myself because of these important things in my life. I didn't want most of my life to be spent doing something I didn't enjoy doing, I didn't love doing, that didn't give me the freedom to be flexible with my time. And my most important asset, right? The most important asset we all have is time. It's a scarce resource that it runs out, it expires at some point. So making it is, to me, ensuring that you have the freedom to choose to do what you love every single day. To me, making it is being able to have lifestyle freedom, the freedom to choose. We started this business because Sarah and I wanted to be location independent. We wanted to have the freedom to spend time with our family in Sydney and just at the click of a button be in Sweden, fly over there and spend time with her family and friends. And just recently, my grandmother passed away. However, I knew she was sick. She was ill in the hospital. I booked a ticket, immediately jumped on a plane within just a few days. I was in Sydney. I managed to spend 48 hours with her, the last 48 hours of her life. So for me, making it means that I can choose to work when I want. Like, I know the last few weeks, just getting all the family together after Grandma passed has been really warming in my heart, knowing that I've got all this family and friends around supporting me, supporting each other, a really strong knit group of family. Like, that's what's important. And I think when it comes to making it, when it comes to creating and designing our lifestyle, or a lifestyle that I think provides what I need, it's having the freedom to choose that. And making it is about having the freedom to choose where you want to work, how you want to work, when you want to work, and for how long you want to work, right? Or whether you want to work at all, and maybe it's passive income for you. For me, I've taken the last few weeks off, not done a lot of work, because I wanted to spend time with my family. I think the lesson for me was the main one that I've come out of this is making sure that you do have a drive, a passion that propels you to make sure the business that you're creating, that dream life that you want to build for yourself through your business, actually is a success. And finding out what that is for you, I think is really important to ensure you give yourself the best possible chance of making this business dream, this life dream, a reality. I'm Liam Austin, and you've been listening to Making It. And if you're interested in creating a quick workshop win for yourself, you can go to quickworkshopwin.com and download our checklist. It's a free gift that gives you all the steps you need to create a 90-minute workshop. So go to quickworkshopwin.com. Otherwise, you can find all my other work and the other events that we run over at entrepreneurshq.com. So it's entrepreneurs with an S, entrepreneurshq.com.
Making It is part of the Mirasee FM podcast network, which also includes such shows as Course Lab and Just Between Coaches. This episode of Making It was assembled by Jeff Govertson. Cynthia Lamb produced the episode. Danny Berman is our associate producer. Danny Inney is our executive producer. Post-production was by Post Office Sound. To catch the great episodes that are coming up on Making It, go ahead and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now. And if you liked the show, please leave us a starred review. It's the best way to help us get these ideas to more people. Thank you. We'll see you next time.